So what's it like to be playing with the same rock band for over 50 years? We're going to talk with Roger Boyd from Head East because they're coming to town tonight, and he's been there for the whole run because John and Nancy are still talking. All right, Roger Boyd on the line with us today. Raj, how goes it?
It's going fabulous, John. We're having a great summer. You know, we had a fabulous spring kicking into summer, and 50 years of Flat as a Pancake work, which, by the way, we recorded at South Pekin.
Yep, you were down there at Golden Voice Studios in South Pekin, was where Flat as a Pancake was recorded. Did you go to they did a special event at the Peoria Riverfront Museum, I think it was last year, which all was about Golden Voice Studios and stuff. I don't know if any of you guys went to that at all.
Oh, no, we did, and we're a contributor pretty good contributor to the museum. Jerry and Mary Ann Milam are going to be there tonight, which is great. They're still doing fantastic. And obviously we supported the museum, and Jerry was he was so important to what transpired with the band. I mean, critical.
So Head East, just to let everybody know, Head East is returning home to play at the 3300 Event Center tonight. Okay.
Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7:30. It's for all ages. You can actually still buy tickets if you go to 3300eventcenter.com. There's a link there. So let's pack the room, right?
So this is 50 years of the album Flat as a Pancake, which is pretty much the one that just kind of put you guys instantly on the map. And but the band existed long before that, right? Didn't you guys date back to like 1969?
Yes, that's when we got started, and down in Carbondale, Illinois, and we got off to just a rip-roaring start, and all of a sudden John and Steve wanted to go back and finish their college degree, so they left right at the beginning of the year, 1970. So I went through 3 years of, some different combination of bands. And one of the bands, the 1970-71 band with Annie the Hat and Joel Motel and whatnot, really broke us out of Champaign, and that got the band off to a huge start. And then in 1973, when Steve and John got out of college, we all got back together and added Mike Somerville with the express purpose of fully concentrating on getting an album out, and worked a whole year. In the summer of 1974, went into Golden Voice. Jerry really gave us a great break on the studio, and the studio was wonderful. John Byler was an excellent engineer, and the rest is history, as they say.
Well, I tell you what, it's amazing that it's still that's 50 years ago. I keep hearing of these albums that are, like what was 50 years old this year? Toys in the Attic by Aerosmith. And all of a sudden, I'm like, wow, that went fast.
Crazy. I have a great story about Head East. So I was in the mid-'80s. My sister went to Macomb. She went to Western Illinois. And I'm about 5.5, 6 years younger than her. She came home one weekend, and she was just rocking to this music in her room. She had it blaring. And I went in. I'm like, what song is this? She goes, I don't know. She goes, I just found this band. She goes, it's Head East. And I honestly remember that. I don't remember the song, but I honestly remember that moment. And every time I hear the Head East, I'm like, oh, I love their music. Well,
they're quintessential Midwest band. Now, I know John grew up in Lincoln. Where did you grow up?
I grew up all of us except for John and then Mike came from Peoria. We all were down southern Illinois, about 50 miles east of St. Louis, over in Clinton County, and grew up in Carlisle. My brother and I grew up in Carlisle, and Steve grew up in Irvington. But you were talking about Aerosmith's album, the music back from that time, we didn't have a lot of really nifty wow electronic technical stuff back then. So your instruments had to sound real good, and you had to be able to play them, and you had to be able to sing, because you couldn't fake anything or tweak anything. And that's why music from that period, albums from that period, still have a freshness that a lot of records, later on in today just don't have. you could always tell when they were recorded by the technology and the sounds of the album. But that's why we're classic to all your 93.3 classic listeners out there. And you know what? That music's just going to survive. I call it the golden age of rock and roll. Just like when you see the golden age of Hollywood, when you see the old Charlie Chaplin and Keystone Cops and Laurel and Hardy and that stuff. It's just timeless.
I'm with you on that. We're talking with Roger Boyd, who's the 56-year-long keyboard player for Head East.
Crazy.
Who are playing tonight at the 3300 Event Center. So, have you played this venue before, like back when it was Second Chance or anything?
Back when it was the Second Chance, I believe we did it maybe one time.
Yeah.
When it was the Second Chance. Because we did a couple of Second Chance and went up in Chicago and stuff. I think we played there. We off and on over the years. Obviously, we played a number of the arenas and event halls and stuff in Peoria. So I'm pretty sure we did.
So what were some of the places when you guys first got started? Some of them may not even be there anymore, but just to trigger a memory or two, what were some of the places you played in Champaign? Do you remember?
Oh, well, sure, I remember. I mean, the Brown Jug is where we really broke out of. I mean, we became the hottest band in town out of the Brown Jug. And, of course, then we played the Chances Are, and everybody played the Red Line. I mean, we played all of them. And then our first big concert was in 1970, which helped break the band. We played with the Byrds in the Assembly Hall.
Sweet.
Which, for people that have a copy of the original albums, we did pressed up 500 albums, 500 8-tracks on our own. It's got a big pancake floating in the sky, like when the earth was flat, like Central Illinois is. And the patty of butter, and got syrup dripping off the side, and the patty of butter in the center is the Assembly Hall.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Since we put it out ourselves, we made it relevant to the people of the area so they would know. And then when we got signed by A&M Records, of course, they changed it, all this big stack of pancakes and eating pancakes, and we all put on about 10 or 15 pounds at all our in-stores. But
that's fantastic.
It really was about Central Illinois and the topography of the land around there, and that's where we came from.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, were any of you guys, maybe that was what you were talking about earlier, but I remember some guys I went to college with talking about Mount Pulaski. One of you guys was from Mount Pulaski or something.
Yeah, that was John. He was not from Lincoln. He was from Mount Pulaski.
Oh, he was from Mount Pulaski. Okay, because I remember these guys were they were just so proud of the fact that Head East came out of Mount Pulaski, Illinois. And I loved all those guys. They were knuckleheads, but they were, I mean, you guys made a serious impact on their lives, like forever. So that was...
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was always the interesting thing about the band. Mike's coming out of Peoria. He was the big city guy. All the rest of us, our towns were 2,000 to 3,000 people. And, for a bunch of Midwest guys from small towns, and especially small Southern Illinois towns, to come out, do a record on our own, put up our own money, and have it be the kind of hit and survive 50 years and travel all over North America and here and there. I mean,
how about it?
Played a couple of summer, played all the stadiums, Texas Jam and summer jams in St. Louis and Kansas City and up in Milwaukee. I mean, what a wonderful career.
It is amazing. And we obviously the whole thing kind of went from black and white to color with never been any reason, and that kind of put everybody on notice that you guys were for real. So you are still at it after 56 years. I mean, that's really, even in the mega bands and stuff, there aren't many people who have done it the whole time. What keeps you playing in Head East, even though so many other people have come in and out of that band?
Well, I just love it and really love the music that we've made over the years. And I've always been a road dog. I mean, I love playing live and love traveling. And the thing that really keeps me going now is the guys that are with the band now are all from the Kansas City area, and they're just the best. They're wonderful, and we've all been together 20 years.
Wow!
And the band sounds just like the band that cut Flat as a Pancake. It took me a few years to get back to that. When the band played their last gigs in 1980, I went through quite a few years of searching for the right combination again to get it. But I always had the sound in mind that we did, an original Flat as a Pancake, and finally got it together with these guys. And even Steve, before he passed away, and John will admit these guys are a carbon copy, if not even better than that band was.
Fantastic. Well, Roger Boyd, I'm telling you, it's really nice to talk to you. Congrats on 50 years of Flat as a Pancake. That is something. And
well, I appreciate it. And thanks for the good story, Nancy, and tell your sister thanks. And
Absolutely.
Can't to see both of you tonight. And definitely to all your 93.3 listeners, come on out and we'll sign and talk to people after the show. And
love it.
Jerry Lum and Mary Ann's going to be there, so it's going to be a very, very special night for us.
Well, the room is even better than when it was Second Chance. It's a really great room to play. You guys are going to have a ball tonight. It's so much fun. So, well, small town Illinois guy, welcome back to the big city tonight.
Thanks a lot, John. You all have a great weekend and really nice Mother's Day weekend coming up.
Hey, Raj, go get them tonight. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I like our job because we get to talk to rock stars. Wow. Man, could you imagine 56 years still on the road?
And he just keeps going. Yeah.
Again, tell everybody how they can grab seats tonight at 3300.
3300 site at West Willow Knolls in Peoria. Yep. Doors open at 6 p.m. Show starts at 7:30. And you can go to 3300eventcenter.com. Click on the link there. It'll take you to tickets. You can still buy tickets for tonight.
Love sharing information about great rock and roll bands because if you keep listening,
we'll keep talking.
See you next time.
Bye.